Alright, so I'm back again. Just going to walk down Hawksmoor now. And over there, that was all that, where all the houses there, that was Buckles. You remember that, the garden centre? Well, he must have made millions upon millions off that, selling that land, off of them houses. Yeah. You know what, I've never ever, I can remember, never ever seen them in use. All these garages there. Right, as soon as we know from here. Right, on this block here, and I can't remember exact one. Mr. Moran's, Owen Moran lived here. He was a sound fella, Owen. You remember Owen from Cook the Books? He lived, it could be this one, I could be wrong. But if Angie or June, who was related, well Angie was with, Owen wasn't she, and June. I don't know whether Angie watches. She'll let me know, I think it was that one. Where Owen's lived. And you had, anyone remember John Donovan, Dov? And Juice. Remember him, Juice? His name was Robbie Williams. And it wasn't that one. But he was a sound kid as well, Juice. But Dov, John Donovan. Which, his mother sent him to school and she'd go to work at the Manica. And then we'd all spend all the day in his sagging. Boss had a great time. Gribble Road, that is, isn't it? I'll cover that on another video. I don't know whether there. Is that still Hawksmoor Road over there? That's how you lived there. I don't know whether he still does. I presume he still does because he lived there for years with Kev Jagger. Kev Jones and Tracy Saggy. He lived there for ages. I don't know whether that's still Hawksmoor Road. It's got to be on it. On the other side of the pit. Yeah. And Dov, he lives here somewhere, one of these. But I'll get that in as well when I do Gribble on Grieve Road there. I'll get that in. On the thing. That Grieve Road as well, just over there, it might be 1, 2, 3. Just third house up there. Sure, that's where Tony Prescott, remember Prezi? He was the keyboard player in Cook the Books. You know, with Tony and Diggsy and John Leggy. All good kids, them. Great bands, fantastic bands. Very surprised they never went further than what they did. You know, they had a bit of success, like. I still watch them now and again. And Owen, he puts... Well, he's gone Owen now, hasn't he? You know. He used to put some stuff out on his own. Great singer, Owen. Had like a bit of a Paul McCartney voice, Owen. Yeah, but John Prescott, he sat next to me in our class, John, and he was all madly into the Beatles. Yeah. He was the Jules Holland of Cook the Books. They had a brilliant song. I'm pretty sure it went to #1 in France. If you look it up on YouTube, and it was called Your Eyes. You know, I think Diggsy and Owen. I think Owen was the lead singer on it, and Diggsy might have been harmonising on it with him. But he was the lead guitarist, wasn't he? Or rhythm guitarist, whatever he was. Diggsy. He's still going strong anyway. The song by Oasis, Diggsy's Dinner, not him. Yeah, apparently he was a good mate of Noel Gallagher. Yeah. What's his band called now? Bigger or smaller? I can't remember that one. I'd have to look that up. Yeah, I'll take that in. Eagle Dean and Fazakerley and all that. There's a good few I remember on there as well. Terry Yates, recently passed away, in the last year or something. Oh, was it? It was this year. It was this year because my mate Kevin Jenner, he messaged me because Terry's sister is married to Kevin's brother, and Carol. Someone's just told me Carol Yates, his sister, has passed away. Now, I don't think that's the one who was married to because I only knew Terry really from there. And Dave Harris, who lived next door. I only knew Terry from there, really. I didn't really know the girls and that. And I'm sure, pretty sure Kevin would have told me if it was, you know, his sister-in-law. Yeah. I'll tell you who lived here as well. You should remember these. Tommy Barker and Dolly. He was brilliant too. The pair of them, they was the John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John of the Coppolos, them. Always up singing and dancing and all that. But Tommy, you know, when I was on the cabs, early days on the cabs, I was driving along, I can't even remember, it was one of these backies here. And you know them tyres, what they tie bricks up and all that, the metal tyres, one of them was on the floor and Tommy had got tripped, it got tangled around his legs, and I seen him, he was on the floor and he cut all his nose and that. And I got him in the car. I think he was knocked out, you know, and then he come round and they used to live down there, Tommy and Dolly. I come round and I took him home. I always remember Terry was there. Yeah, Terry. I haven't seen him for ages. He was sound as well, Terry. I don't know whether they had any more kids. It was just Terry. Who else lived down here? I can't remember at the moment, but it'll probably come to me when I end this video. You know, if I pointed these houses, any of you lived down here or, you know, moved from Fazakerley, I'll try and get in, but I can. You know, you can just freeze the video and take a screenshot if you want. You know, some of those people on Fazakerley Memories who are living all over the world now. Certainly all over the country, different parts of the country. We probably haven't been here for donkey's years. Talking of donkeys, remember Coco? Used to be on the park at the back there. No, it wasn't at the back there, the estate's on the back there, innit? What used to be the Isle allotments, the park's further up. Come on, you. Come on, Scooby. Probably done about, I think I've done about 6 miles before I started this video. But I'm alright tonight, considering I haven't been well. And so I haven't been out for about a week. I've done, obviously, little walks, you know, to do his business and that around by the fields and all that. And so I thought I'd think, you know, because when I first started walking, you know, these really long walks, I strike all over, especially the next day. I'll tell you who lived here, Willie Holmes and Christy, and the mum Vera. I can't remember the dad's name. But Willie, I've seen him for ages. I've seen him a few years ago in the garage. And I should have got his phone number, really. I know Thingo's got it, Alan Peter. But Willie, he was mad him. And Vera. But she was my Mars Bessie, yeah. And Josie Milton, who else, you know, from the bingos. But I always remember, it was funny this, I was in the butcher's with my ma, and there was Vera and Willie. And Willie went, "You got some of these, ma?" And it was, you know, the paste, the salmon paste or beef paste or whatever. And she opened the bag, she said, "Yeah, throw it in there." And then we goes into the butcher's at the end, and Vera goes, "Have you got any scraps for the dog, lads?" And Willie goes, "We got a dog, ma!" I think she clipped her across the head. Shut up. Who lives here? Pat Malloy. Pat Malloy lives in one of these. Over there he lives somewhere. I remember Ollie, he was John Mullow's mate, him, and he got a brain tumour with him when he was dead young, passed away. I remember John in the Coppolos, he come round, he done a spot the ball for him, and at the time you do a spot the balls for about tuppence a go. You know, early days, 70s, like, and he done one for £1 a go, and it sold out in no time. Yeah, Ollie, I can't remember his name, but it was, obviously that was a nickname, probably associated to his surname or something, but I just can't remember. It was tragic as well. Yeah, Willie, I'll say in touch with him. And Jackie, she's gone as well. They moved into, when Willie and Jackie got married, they moved into our old house in Durham Crescent, 28 Durham. It's opposite Colin Kerr, not Colin Kerr, Colin Phillips. They lived right opposite, and Colin, he went as well. Yeah. Who else lived along here? A mate of mine, Jimmy Amson, I don't think he is known. He was a mate from Dart, and he moved to Fazakerley probably in the 90s or something. He lives on the left up here somewhere. Tony Lennon as well. He played darts with me. Both brilliant players. You know, probably two of the best out in Liverpool. I know Tony Lennon, and he played for Merseyside. But Jimmy never ever did. Never ever got picked, and he was absolutely awesome. He could have played for England, Jimmy. He was absolutely awesome. Yeah, and the money these star players are on now. I don't know, millionaires. You're in the top, probably the top 16. Oh, millionaires. Stephen Bunton, he was in our darts team, in the Holy Name. He lives in St Helens, but he's originally from Field Lane, at the back there. But I beat Steve in the semi-final of the Liverpool Premier League. I beat him, and his dad marked. And his dad walked away when I beat him, and he flicked the chalk over his head and it hit me on the nose. I said, "You thought he was going to beat me there, didn't you?" I had to come on. But still, to be honest, Steve was about 14, but he was awesome. He was absolutely awesome. But my son, our Steve, he played darts in the youth, and Merseyside youth was staying. Our Steve, he was absolutely awesome. And Steve Bunton, I can never ever remember Steve beating our Stevie. I know Stevie won the Merseyside youth, and he beat Stephen in the final, something like 5 or 6-2, whatever it was to. And but taking on from Stephen, he's absolutely awesome. Him, Stephen Bunton. You know, but he's got that on his belt, and then he packed in darts. Steve then. He just packed in darts after that. You know, and then Steve went with another youth player, Tony Martin, from over in Hawksmoor Port. And Tony and Stephen won the English Open pairs. You know, could have been our Steve, that. Yeah. He used to fancy our Kerry as well, Stephen Bunton. And our Kerry used to come the Holy Name with us. I said to her, "How's she British? When you marry him?" When you marry Steve Bunton, get all his money. Yeah, where are we now? Delagoa. Yeah, I'm going to walk right across here, Manica again, because I walked up Delagoa the other day. Remember, that's mentioned over there, that was Paul or where he was, and who lived up there. Loads of people. Yeah, I walked up Delagoa the other day, and I remember I mentioned that there was a phone box there. So, who lived here? Probably about 20 people who lived here, and there's none of them coming to mind at the moment. Dave Bartley, Spam. Anyone remember him? He lives up here on the right. I don't know what happened to him. I know he never used to go to school. And he got put away in an approved school, just like me. Just like me, what happened to me, because I never go to school, and I went away for 3 years. Well, 2.5 years. Got out on my 16th birthday. Or where you had to go to school, but I remember he went there before me, not the same one. And he ran away. When he first went there, and he used to, someone reminded me about this the other day. I said, I remember he was on his toes, and I thought, yeah. It's because he was away from the approved school. And everyone used to feed him, and he used to sleep in bins and everything. And Fazakerley, and he was on the run for ages. Absolute years. Well, not years. I told you a million, trillion, billion, trillion times, don't exaggerate. Yeah, but I'm sure he lived on it. It was either this or the other one over the other side. Montroviers. I think we're still on Manica anyway. Yeah, I think this is still Manica. But I used to live up here not actually on Karonga, but it was like on Karonga because it was right on the corner. On the corner of Hawksmoor, where I was saying before I lived next door to Billy Doran. Yeah. Let's have a look. She lived up here. I know Julie Owens lived here for a bit before she passed. I think someone told me her mum still lives, you know, she's still alive, Mrs. Owens. She lives around here somewhere. It might even be the street. Someone told me the other day. But Julie lived in one of these, and I'll tell you who else, Ursula Moore and Vera Moore. They lived here on that side somewhere, I can't remember which one. And the Poolies, the girl, dead, two sisters, it was nice. I used to talk to them sometimes. As I say, I lived up here. Chris Kinsella, he was on the taxis. I think he lived in this one here. It's this Lady Smith, is it? I remember these roads. Who else lived there? Oh, Kenny Gibbo, my our mate Kenny Gibbo from the Holy. Oh, do you know what? I just call in to see Kenny. Because I love Kenny. He's well liked. He used to always come and support our dad, see him in the Holy Name. And every time I'd see his lad, was it young Kenny, in the bookies at the shop, I'd say to him, how's your dad? Because I used to call in and see Kenny. And then I stopped going because a lot of the time he was just pissed. He lost his girl, his wife Pat, and I think he just took to the bottle. And anyway, but he was great. And then sometimes he'd just be like in a stupor. And anyway, so I stopped going for a while, but I'd always ask about him. I'd see his lads at the bookies, and then I hadn't been in the bookies for ages. I stopped gambling for a while. Because I've stopped now because I don't gamble no more now. And I seen him in the bookies at the top there, you know, by where the Rio was. And I said, how's your dad? And he went, he passed away, lad, last year. Oh, I didn't know. I said, I'd definitely gone to his funeral. That's where the Drapers lived there. And who lived next door? Charlie, was it? Charlie. Used to go to the Holy. The Drapers there. I think Dorian still lives there now because Mrs. Draper, she passed away. You had Stay and Frank and Charlie and Dorian and Paul. Oh, the Paul still lives around here. I know we went to France, Paul, and he might have got married there or so. That was my old house there. 67 Hawksmoor Road, and that's where Mr. Doran lived there. Oh, and you had our Billy there who had the big dog. Maybe that's where I'm getting a Billy from. Wasn't there? On that end house there. And he was great, he had a big black Labrador. You had the Bradleys lived there, over there. John Bradley and Stay. What was the young kids now? I can't remember him. He used to always go jogging. A couple of people there, and I can picture them now, and I just can't. For the life of me, remember the names. You had up here on the left, you had the Reynards. Was it? Yeah, the Reynards. What was his name? I can't remember. I remember his second name now, Reynard, but I can't remember the first name. he was in my school, in my class. Bernie. It might have been Bernie Reynard. Could be wrong. Wayne Becky. Now, did he live there? Or did he live around the corner? I think he might have lived on Moss Pits, you know. To be honest, excuse me, I'm burping here. Yeah, little story about Wayne. Years ago, he was with us one night and I got my teeth knocked out by the police. Well, not knocked out, I got it half chipped off by the police. And Wayne was there, something innocent what we do, just about in the 70s when the police was just absolute bullies. And he was, long story short, in the back of the police wagon. There was one of them was bullying him. He was a lot younger than us, and one of them was bullying him and kicking him in the shin. And I said something to the copper, and then he slammed on and he kicked me in the head. And about 3 of them just jumped all over me. Horrible, dirty bastards to us. Lower lane. Yeah. Never charged us for we never done nothing. So just walk along the street and they just parleyed on us. Right, I'm back to where I started. Now come full circle. Like Michael Palin here, innit? Full circle with Michael Palin. I might do that, you know, not go around the world like in 80 days. I might start walking when I get my car back. I might start walking, driving around the country and doing little walks. So I have worked all around the country. I don't remember anything. Oh well, I'll see you later. What I'm going to do, I'll get another, maybe in 2 or 3 days or something. Cover a bit more of Fazakerley. Probably take me months, but I will cover it all. Right, see you all later. Bye bye.